Usually in the morning they bring me breakfast and it's here by like 8:30. This morning I'm just rewatching Solo Leveling. It's gonna be good. Usually there's like no salt and pepper on the eggs and on the potatoes, so I usually just add that. Now some of the salt. Just a little more. I like cutting my eggs into like tiny little pieces, so I go horizontally and then vertically. I got fruit too. Looks like grapes, cantaloupe, pineapple, and melon juice. Oh man. These are always so hard to open. Yeah, just my cranberry juice. I'm just gonna, there we go. You know what? I just realized you're probably supposed to open them by punching the hole in. Maybe not. There we go. Instead of just ripping it open like I was doing. I saw this meme that said, gun to your head, name 5 solo leveling characters. And in my head I was like, I don't even know the main character's name. I don't know what it is about Korean characters' names, but they're harder for me to remember than Japanese characters. It's like Jun Bae or Kim Tae-young or Soo-woo. Soo-woo. Hyujin. They kind of have similar sounds to them, I guess, than like Mizuki or Tanaka or, you know, any other Japanese name. Yuki. Ooh, that sun is shining bright.
Good
Hi.
morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Not amazing or fantastic or perfect or ready to leave.
I'm ready to leave. I guess
Good morning.
today was better than yesterday. I mean, tonight was better than last night. The night before.
Barely.
Barely? In what way?
Barely.
Like, I just haven't been getting sleep.
Just steroids. You've been.
Yeah.
Have you been feeling kind of like Kanye West?
Yeah. like I've been like the most productive I've ever been in my life. But they said that, like, my best friend was saying I was hyper fixating on things. But
yeah, be careful. Try to put some like extra like barriers to using your credit cards.
Oh well. You might be a little late on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? I mean, I'm sure that because psych came and saw you, so I'm sure they like explained like the whole process. But
they came in like once, and then I never saw them again.
They didn't really
say that. Yeah.
Has anybody talked to you about?
I mean, they said that since my father was bipolar, that I could like be showing, like, activating something, you know.
Yeah. So it's so steroids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steroids make the body just feel amazing, right? So everybody feels amazing on steroids, period. Mm-hmm. But certain people who are at higher risk, especially people with either bipolar disorder or family history of bipolar disorder, they feel super good.
Okay.
Right? So they get a lot of energy. They become a little impulsive. They get very productive.
Yeah.
It's just they're a little more sensitive to the steroids from like a neuronal like activation standpoint. So yes, we call it steroid-induced psychosis.
Okay, steroid-induced psychosis.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, or steroid-induced mania.
Okay.
Because basically you don't have to sleep. You can do as much as you want. You feel amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like you feel like Kanye West, right?
Yeah.
You feel like Jesus Christ. Like you are on top of the world. Nothing can stop you. Nothing will ever stop you.
Plan to get tattoos because that's what I was doing, but they're not bad tattoos.
But again, this is like this state, as what I'm saying, like having like a couple like adding or have someone else like add some barriers to you, because it's going to be very easy just to, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
Of course. So they started the medication that's kind of like the it literally is called an antipsychotic. It sounds crazy, but that's just the drug class that it's in.
Okay.
We're trying to prevent the psychosis, the steroid-induced psychosis, because you unfortunately have to be on steroids at least a little bit because of what you have. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I was kind of in denial. Whenever you and Ashley were like, yeah, she's been kind of manic. I was like, manic? I haven't been manic. But, I mean, now I can see what you guys were talking about.
Yes. Yes. So absolutely went that. I mean, even I've experienced it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, but I only had like a single shot, like a smaller dose of shot, and like I ended up having to come. I was actually here in this hospital. I had to have like a procedure done in the ED.
Oh wow.
And they gave me a steroid shot, and like, I came home. And I was like, I don't even know why I had to go to the ED. I feel amazing. I'm ready to do anything. Like I know I just spent like the entire day. I like haven't been able to sleep for a week. But then I got the steroids, and then like after I was like getting up and like walking around, starting to do stuff that I don't normally do for chores. Mm-hmm. I was like, hold up, I need to be careful here. Like this is I didn't even realize it, but I was falling into the trap of the steroid-induced psychosis.
Okay. So, do you eventually crash, or does it just keep going?
No, you eventually go back to normalcy.
Okay.
Yeah, so what you're experiencing right now is why people like Kanye West hate taking their medications.
Mm-hmm. I can see why.
Because you're very productive right now, you feel great, you feel like... You're in a high right now. That's why they don't like taking their medication. But the problem is when you're like this, right... You're very brash, very impulsive, very uncareful, and because of that, bad things can happen.
Yeah.
Simply just because you have the energy to go through with any decision that can be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something to be careful.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. Or I'll keep that in mind. Did you see
the
SpongeBob?
Is there anything we can do to make her get more sleep?
So we started her on olanzapine, full psychiatry started her on olanzapine.
That's not working.
Which...
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's not working.
How many days...
How many days have I not been sleeping?
No. How many days have you tried that medication?
Oh, I don't know. I think maybe
at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, so then you should be feeling it right now.
Okay.
So it might be worth talking to the psych again.
Okay.
Because there are other medications that we can try. There are a ton.
Okay.
So
like, of course we don't want her, something that's going to knock her out,
right.
Of course, but maybe something just a tad. Because she did try, to go to sleep, but then
I'll try to go to sleep.
The computer just took over, and she's just on the computer.
But I was doing productive things.
And
this is what she'll do. She'll be like, yeah, but I'm doing stuff. Like, no.
I did, my scholarships.
Yeah, but you were also fixated on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know from from a normal person's standpoint, we're thinking like, oh my God, you're only getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Why aren't you crashing? You need to get your sleep. But actually, in this state, they actually do need less sleep.
Okay.
Physically, less sleep is okay for them.
Okay.
So I wouldn't think of needing sleep just because we're human and we need sleep.
Yeah.
But think of needing sleep because we're trying to break this. We're trying to prevent full-fledged mania.
Okay. What would full-fledged mania look like?
Well, you're kind of hypomanic right now.
Okay.
So you're
what does that mean?
Manic light.
Okay.
So just multiply everything that you're experiencing by 5, and that's true mania.
Okay.
Some people with true mania, they don't sleep for a week straight.
Yeah. Okay.
They start gambling online. They just blow through their entire finances in an hour.
Well, I don't have the finances for that right now,
no.
which is a good thing.
Any finances.
Anything?
They apply for
steal?
credit. They apply for they'll steal. They'll apply for credit cards. They'll just do anything. It's not good. It's a very impulsive. It's there's a thought. They have the energy to take it out or to carry it out.
Okay.
It's very dangerous. So technically, so full-fledged mania is actually a medical emergency, and you have to be institutionalized.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until they can bump you down.
Okay.
They can get control of it. It's very dangerous. Because it's what the actions that are done in a manic episode are either extremely dangerous to yourself, or people around you.
Okay. So have I been like that? Danger level?
You said you were going to blow your refund when you got it.
I did say that.
And I told you, don't buy anything.
Yeah, this
Stop buying stuff.
That's what,
she brought a dresser randomly that I had to go pick up.
Oh, that's for the room though.
But I have to tell you to not buy anything else.
That's what I'm saying. Hide your credit cards.
Okay.
Give me somebody else.
Just wait to buy stuff. Just wait.
Okay.
Wait. Just wait a little bit, a week or something.
Okay.
But, okay, so I should not convince her to try to get more sleep. Because I've been trying to convince her. She's been up all night, so I'm like, girl.
You can do your best, but again, the main danger is that she does stuff when she's supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah.
From an actual need for sleep, she doesn't actually need it.
Yeah.
It's mania.
So she's gonna completely be off the steroids whenever she's discharged.
Oh no.
So she's gonna continue to be on steroids. So
Correct.
It's gonna be something that she's gonna have to manage
for at least another couple months. But again, if it gets to the point where you're now it's no longer safe for you to be on steroids. Okay. Right now we're trying to control it.
And the steroids are for what right now?
The actual disease.
Okay.
The MOGAD or MOG.
So she needs those to treat.
Correct.
What she has. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So unfortunately, with the MOG, you have to be on steroids for a long taper.
Okay.
So normally, with multiple sclerosis, we just load you up with the IV methylpred, and then for 5 days, and then that's it. And then we follow you up in clinic in a few months, and then we start you on an immune modulating therapy that is not steroid based. Right, and that's the long term. For MOG, you get both the dose, you get the Plex, and then you go on a slow taper.
Okay.
So technically, you're supposed to start with 60 for a month, right? And then you go to 50 for a month, and then you go to 40 for a month, and then 30 for a month. And when you're on 30, then we can start thinking about starting an immunomodulating therapy. So you have at least 4 months of steroid tapers. You're on. You went straight from 60 to 40.
Okay.
We've already tried to bump your steroids down.
Yeah.
What's the immuno thing you just said?
The immunomodulating therapy?
Yeah, what is that?
There are so many different ones. This is a discussion that you'll be able to have with Dr. Olchaki.
Okay.
Because different diseases respond differently.
Okay.
Different people respond differently. Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Great.
Yeah,
what's
so
your name again? Like, you've been the only doctor that like actually describes stuff. Okay. Rosenbaum. Blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
I'm sorry.
Rosenblatt.
Rosenblatt.
Yeah, so that's,
Oh.
But these are like long-term infusions that you get like once every few months to 6 months.
Okay.
So then like you get loaded up, and then you basically don't see anybody for 6 months, and then you come back 6 months later.
Okay.
Your level gets topped off, and then we see you another 6 months, and you follow up like on a yearly basis.
Okay. So I guess I have a question. The steroids help the inflammation.
Correct.
So if I were to stop taking the steroids, the inflammation would get worse?
Potentially.
And that's because my immune system is attacking the myelin. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what's happening. So the
Wait,
steroids.
So
Go ahead.
my immune system is never going to just stop attacking the myelin. It's just going to...
No, it will when you're dead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the worst part about autoimmune conditions. Like our immune systems, technically, like when I was in college, one of my professors, an immunologist, and he said that, like, statistically speaking, if you give the human immune system long enough time, it will literally figure out any and all pathogens and destroy it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that sometimes those pathogens, they're a little too strong, and the immune system doesn't have enough time to respond to it and properly destroy it. But the problem is that with autoimmune, your immune system thinks you are the pathogen. And so your body is always producing, what's normal, but the immune system is kind of backwards, right? And it's thinking that you're the problem.
Okay.
Unless we learn how to change your genetics so that you produce a different myelin.
When you figure that out, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be huge if we could start doing that kind of level of gene therapy. That would solve so many different
Oh my
problems.
God, yeah.
So, do doctors get excited when, someone has, a rare autoimmune disease?
I'm not excited. Excited?
I mean,
how Ashley gets excited when my veins are all popping out and stuff.
I always say we get more excited when we get the diagnosis.
Okay.
And patients respond to treatments. That's because then we actually succeeded.
Okay.
Because we see, we're a major hospital, and we're the only neurology service that takes care of this entire hospital. So we see anything and everything.
Okay.
We see a lot here.
Yeah. Will she also need to be on the antipsychotic as well with the steroid long-term?
With the steroids? Okay, so long-term meaning as long as she's on steroids and
Well, I guess, because
This is definitely something, yes, this is something that psychiatry should more weigh on. And I know that they came and saw you on Thursday or Friday. They do not work on the weekend, so they'll probably be able to come and see you later today.
Okay.
Yeah, probably check in.
Yeah. Yeah, so here are the things that you really need to watch out for, okay?
Okay.
Inflated self-esteem or grandiosity.
Okay.
Yes, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Decreased need for sleep. Feels rested, for example, feels rested after only 3 hours of sleep,
Okay.
right? More talkative than usual, or pressure to keep talking. We call it pressure talking, where you just don't stop talking. But you haven't had that, at least for right now.
That hasn't been so much.
Yeah, I'm not a big yapper.
But again, if you're more talkative than normal, then that's something we have to think about.
Okay.
But again, when you meet somebody with pressure talking, you maybe get a word out.
Yeah.
It is just non-stop. They ask a question and answer it for you. Flight of ideas, racing thoughts. I know you've already told somebody that you had that. Right?
Yeah.
Distractibility. So your attention is too easily drawn to unimportant or irrelevant external stimuli.
Okay.
You're just bouncing around.
Okay.
And then increase in goal-directed activity. Being productive.
And what?
Increase in goal-directed activity. Goal-directed.
Oh,
yeah.
goal-directed.
Yeah, like being.
Like you have a goal and you got to get to the goal.
Correct.
Oh.
Yes, you already said you've been very productive.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a fancy word of a fancy way of saying being very productive.
Yeah.
And then excessive involvement in activities with high potential for major consequences, such as unrestrained buying sprees, sexual indirections, foolish business investments, stuff like that. Whereas like they don't, the simple thought is very easy to have,
Right.
but then the actual like carrying out can have like major consequences. But again, that's more like the impulsivity part, where you're not, all you do is you have a thought and you have the energy to carry it out. There is no like consideration of long-term consequences or consequences.
My life savings with.
Exactly. So you're hitting pretty much almost all the check boxes for a manic episode. Okay.
Okay.
So definitely something we have to watch out for, and obviously you have an awesome family who's been here to support you.
Yeah.
So they can also help keep you in track, all right, and also let other physicians know that actually I think her symptoms are getting worse. Okay, which means that we might just need to say that the steroids are not worth it. Or we'll just risk the inflammation as opposed to, well, you ruining your life with the manic episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean to scare you. I'm just trying to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That way you're fully aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely causing this.
Okay.
With the steroids. It's very, very common.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that's steroids. So strong.
Yes.
There's nothing else that helps like the inflammation?
Not like steroids, no.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately not. Steroids are unfortunately the only thing we can use at this time.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I wish there was. But steroids, there's no reason for research to go like for this kind of.
Yeah.
Just because steroids are really cheap and they're really effective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So how's the vision? You feel like you're like back to baseline?
For the most part, but yesterday I did start getting like a new symptom where like I'm not farsighted, I'm nearsighted.
Okay.
But I have something right here and then it goes blurry. But then it gets focused again and then it goes blurry. So it's like back and forth, blurry and focus. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it more than that.
But your color vision is back. Not like you're seeing black and white.
Yeah, I
Are there any more blind spots in your vision?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
It sounds like your color vision's back. You don't have any blind spots. I know you're having this like transient blurry vision. So what? Besides that, what vision are you missing?
Let's see. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we're definitely still going to be. Good morning. We're going to be planning for the Thursday discharge.
Okay.
Thursday?
That's good.
That's the hope. Yeah, we were told you have something to do on Friday.
Yeah, I have a career fair. Because I'm trying to get a part-time job that doesn't pay $12 an hour.
Okay.
So I need to go to the career fair and try to beg the recruiters to let me be part-time and not full-time.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have Plex today.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the schedule. Plex today and Plex Wednesday.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's the only thing keeping here. Well, that and besides the steroid-induced mania, the morning control. Yeah. I will reach out to Psych and make sure that they actually come.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, because they said they were gonna come and then they never did. That one day. No, it was after.
Yeah.
We asked the nurse to ask them if they could come when Ashley was here.
Yeah. Okay.
And they said they would come, and then they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. If they haven't seen you by like 2 p.m. No. You need to like let the nurse know, and then they can reach out.
Okay.
Reach out to us. Okay. No, I'll send them a message. I'll send a message. Okay. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns?
No.
No. Okay. That's really what we're. I mean, kind of a.
Yeah.
Just kind of like hello, goodbye kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Plex today, Plex Wednesday, hopefully discharge Thursday.
What time would it be on Thursday?
Okay.
No idea.
Okay.
To be completely honest.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
We'll pray for that. Thank you.
Steroid-induced psychosis.
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay. I'm about to get it.
Yeah. Just close my eyes.
They bought breakfast.